a minute. I was supposed to have been on here 30 some minutes ago, maybe even 40 minutes ago, but I'm here. And it has been a very interesting day, I would say that. And I'm going to share with you some information I received earlier today. And I would say this, that it touched me in such a way till I had to come on today to do this. I couldn't wait to do this particular segment. And this segment is called The Hourglass. This is the name of the segment. The segment is called Hourglass. So I had to come on tonight in dedication to Brother Goody. His name was Jamaal Goode. He was a member of King Solomon's Grand Lodge out of Texas. Now, I know how some people may feel about the various Grand Lodges, but you need to listen to the message and understand the emblem of Freemasonry. The hourglass is one of the 9 or 10 emblems of Freemasonry. But what happens is that we tend to forget about the emblem and the practice that we so like to put out there until we forget what it really means. So today we're going to talk about the hourglass. And Brother Jamaal Goode brings that full circle. So allow me just for a moment to bring to your attention why we got here. How did we get here today for me to do this particular segment? Well, today, a gentleman out of nowhere hit me up. He said, today, Brother Jamaal Goode passed away. Now, mind you, I have never personally met this gentleman, but he's a Freemason. He's from the Grand Lodge of King Solomon out of Texas. I don't know what part of Texas. I didn't even ask. So when I got the message and the gentleman said, hey, look, this person really, he admired you. He really liked you. He enjoyed your segments. You was his mentor per se, it made me think. And so in the process, I was like, wow. So I went to his Facebook page. His name is Jamaal Goode. It's Goode, if I'm not mistaken, it's Goody. And I went to his Facebook page and I looked at it, and he had a few things on there regarding myself. And I was like, wow, this guy considered me his mentor. He considered me somebody close to him. He's never met me. I've never met him. And as far as I know of, I've never really had a conversation with him. But the mere fact that this man, who's a Freemason, whether you agree with it or not, he was a Freemason, initiated past race. He found something or seen something in me that compared to him. And he was like, I like that guy. I like him. And he put me on his Facebook page. So when you go to his Facebook page, you will see myself and the minister there. And I was impressed. I was like, wow, he felt that way about me, that he would take my picture and put it on his Facebook page for his. So when people pop on his Facebook page, they would see him and me. I'm like, wow. And the fact that I've never met him, it made me think about the emblem, the simple and smallest emblem, one of those emblems of Freemason, which is the hourglass. Is to let you know you don't have long to be here. You may be here today listening to me, and tomorrow you are gone. It made me think about, it doesn't matter about your Masonic jurisdiction or your affiliation. It made me clearly think about the practice and the love for the organization and the brotherhood itself. It made me totally look at how this brother has taken the cement and spreaded it with the trowel. It made me totally look about and think about the fact that he had a wall. He made sure it was plumb, level, and squared. He took his life and framed it around Freemasonry. It made me totally look at the emblems in themselves and what they mean to him. And I was going through his Facebook page. I was like strolling. I was like, wow, there's a lot of people who really enjoyed this young man. It was a lot of people who really respected this man. It was a lot of people who loved this particular brother. Now, I don't know about his passing, how he passed, but the mere fact that someone out the blue texted me and told me about his passing and how he felt about me, I felt a certain way. Now, I don't know about you and how you may feel, but when someone respects and admire you for what you do, no matter what it is, it tends to hit a little differently. Now, as I said, I've never met Brother Jamal. I've never talked to him personally, but I did find out he sent me a friend request. He did. He sent me a friend request. Greetings. How you doing, summertime? Now, I don't know how long ago he had sent me this friend request. I don't know, but he sent me a friend request. And I accepted the friend request today because I went and I looked and I seen he sent me, and I was like, wow. I don't always accept friend requests. I have several friend requests that are out there, and I don't always accept them because I don't know people's intentions. But this gentleman sent me a friend request, and I thought about it. And the mere fact that I accepted his friend request today and not knowing how long ago he sent it and knowing how this gentleman felt about me really speaks volumes. You know, and I take a step back to look at the mere fact that the hourglass is one of the emblems of Freemasonry. Now, what does the hourglass mean? It is simply saying that you don't have a lot of time in this place, in this physical realm. You don't have a lot of time. You're born to die. Listen to what I just said. You are born to die. I don't know if you live 5 hours outside the womb. I don't care if you live 83 years outside the womb. You are born to die. So you don't have a lot of time. So the time that you do have, you have to make use of that time. And by making use of that time, that means that you're going to actually inspire someone. You're going to do something for someone along the way to inspire them, to get them going, to get them moving forward. You're going to do something for somebody else that you have no idea about, but it's all about that time. What do you do with it? Do you hoard your time? Do you take your time and say, oh, look, I'm good. I'm not sharing. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not sharing it with nobody. I'm good right here. Or do you say, look, I'm going to go out today. I'm going to spend some time with my mom. I'm going to spend some time with my dad, my sister, or my brother, or a friend. I'm going to spend some time with them, because you don't know when that last grain of sand is going to run out of that hourglass. You don't know. You really don't know. So this video this evening is in regards to the hourglass and one of the emblems of Freemasonry. And what does it mean to you? How do you see that hourglass that is so fragile that the sands just continuously sip through until there are no more sands? You don't have a lot of time. I remember a movie called Golden Something by Eddie Murphy. And he talks about how much time you actually have. 0 to 25, you're probably living your best years. From 25 to 50, you're probably working and maybe have kids. And then from 50 to 75, you're trying to retire, you're trying to live, you're trying to do things, you're trying to do this and that, and you're gone. Men really only have about 75 years on this planet, period. Women and men. They say women live a little longer. So if a woman has 80 years, if you're 40, you're halfway there. If you are a female, a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, and you're listening to this, and you're 40 years old, you got 40 more years to live. If you're fortunate, let's say you reach 100, then what? But I'm talking about 40 good years. So if you're a brother who's a member of the Freemasons, and you understand the hourglass, and you 50, you got 25 years to go. You 40, you got 30 years to go. So just think of that for a moment. While you negotiate, while you figure out, while you get upset, while you are mad at somebody else because they ain't in your jurisdiction and they're somewhere else, think about that. You don't have long to be here. The sands continue to slip through the hourglass while you debate of somebody else's legitimacy. Before you know it, you're gone. And there you're going to stand before the grand architect of the universe himself. And you're going to say, I'm modern and free. I'm international. I'm Prince Hall. I'm this. I'm John G. Jones. I'm mainstream. I'm this. That's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. What's going to matter is, what did you do with the time that you was here? Too often we look at this thing as Freemason. We take advantage of it because we know that brothers are in positions. They are here, there, and we take in this. Look, I'm gonna say this. As a member of Freemasonry, I've enjoyed the benefits of those who have shown me favors. I've enjoyed the benefits of those who have told me no. I've enjoyed the benefits of being part and calling and saying, hey, I am a Freemason. I was initiated, passed, and raised. I've traveled the country. I've traveled the world. I've seen and sit with high dignitaries as a Mason. I've done that. But for those who are unfortunately not able or have not traveled and who have not done that, I'm asking you, what are they going to say about you, brother? What are they going to say about you, sister? I'm just looking at one of those emblems, just that emblem alone. Let's not talk about the evergreen. Let's not talk about the plumb, the level, and the trial, the square, the compass. Let's not, those are working tools that are supposed to be used to identify, shape, form, and lay out the way you're supposed to live your life. That's what it's all about. But so many times, we find ourselves at the short end of the stick. We really do. And it just made me think about Brother Debo Taylor, a brother who I've never met. I never met him in my life. But because of his activities, he touched me. And upon his passing, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't do nothing but cry. And just to think that some of us get so carried away in the branding of Freemasonry, you're missing the essence of Freemasonry. I sincerely think about that. You know, I went onto Brother Jamaal's Goody page, and I went through it and I looked and seen how loved he was, how this brother was active and just active. And it seems to me from his last posting was only a day ago. You're here today, you're gone tomorrow. It's just that simple. It's not even complicated. But you who listen to other people and you want to debate your legitimacy, you want to talk about this and that, and you're missing the true essence of the lessons that within the framework of Masonry, whether you're York Rite or Scottish Rite, whether you are part of the primitive rites or the Memphis Mizram, you are supposed to be practicing such a rite that it brings you closer with the entity of the creator of all. Masonry is supposed to draw you near to your God. Oh, you're going to miss that on the way home, because some of you are like, this brother has lost his mind. No. Masonry in the order of the Eastern Star is supposed to draw you nearer to your God. I'm going to say that once again. Masonry in the order of the Eastern Star is supposed to draw you near to your God. Now, some of you will say, well, Brother Tony, I don't know, you know. You sound, well, what do you mean, my God? I don't know. I mean, you know, as a Muslim, you know, I talk about Muhammad. I talk about how he lived his life. As a follower of Christianity, you may talk about how Christ led his life. As one who may be part of the Seventh-day Adventists, you may want to talk about Joseph Smith. I don't know. That's not my business. My business is to inform you and to enlighten you on the craft and how you should lead your life. And when I say that, I'm clearly saying that if you are truly a Mason, if you are truly an Eastern Star, then you should understand all of that which you're supposed to be indulged in. Not that you pay attention to a brother that tells you who you should or should not talk to, but you should be indulged in it enough to understand it, to love and to enjoy the principles of the thing. A lot of you don't understand the principles. You don't get the principles. I've been there. I've heard you. I've seen you. And some of you are even my friends, but you don't understand the principles. You're so hell-bent on what you believe and what you say to you're missing out on the principles. It's not even complicated to me no more. I enjoy the craft. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy everything that Masonry has to offer. And some of you will never get there. Some of you would never, ever understand or get to where I'm saying, really and sincerely. Only those who have traveled outside of the country, only those who have probably been in military can understand what I'm saying because they get it. I'm talking what I know, not something somebody told me, not something I believe. I know. I'm talking what I know. There's a difference between believing and knowing. And I'm telling you what I know. So greetings to everybody who's coming on. We're talking about the hourglass tonight, which is one of the emblems of Freemasonry. So I'm going to take a look back just as who's all on. I want to say welcome and thank you for coming on. What's up, T. Jenkins or T. Jinx? What's going on with you? Brother Randolph, what's happening, man? Brother Randolph Teller, I want to say thank you. And the reason I want to say that is because you have been a square brother to me. Plain and simple. Whether we agree to disagree, you have been a square brother to me. And I want to wish you well on your travels. Period. Don't allow someone else's mindset to interfere with what you want to get out of Masonry. Don't do that to yourself. That's me to you. What's going on, John Reed? Greetings to you. I appreciate you popping in on me tonight. Jacqueline Wright Pitts. Jacqueline Pitts. Thank you. I appreciate it. Greetings. Greetings to you. I appreciate you, Sublime Prince of the 32nd. Welcome aboard. So tonight, this particular video, this episode, this conversation is dedicated to Brother Jamaal Goode, who is a part of, I want to say, King Solomon's Grand Lodge out of Texas. And the reason this is dedicated to this particular brother is because I got a text today saying that he had passed away and that I was his mentor, that he felt a certain way about me. And I was like intrigued. So I go to his Facebook page and I pull it up, and there is myself and the minister on his page. And like I said before, I seen where he had gone, and he's repeated some of the things I may have said. And apparently I was some type of mentor to him, not knowing, but I see that he sent me a friend request and I accepted it today, but it's like too little too late. But I'm proud to say, and I'm happy to say that it does my heart good to know that whatever I said, whatever I did, it touched that man along his life journey. And so too many times we don't see that. Too many times nobody never tell us that, yeah, you touched that brother. You did this to this sister. You made them feel this way or made them feel that way. You know, we don't get that. But to hear this coming from another person, someone who just texted me out the blue, I felt a certain way. I really did. And I had to come on live just to share that, because too many times in this life journey, you need to let people know how you feel about them. You really do. I know some of you are too proud, too bold, too this and too that. I know some of you have brothers who are I know some of you who have relatives. Your relatives are in modern free. Your relatives are PHA. Your relatives are PHO. Your relatives are international. But you're so hell bent on trying to destroy each one of those organizations till you're missing the joy of just saying, that's my brother. And he's truly your brother. You see, because that brother who's a part of PHO and you are a part of PHA and you call him up and he knows who you are, he's going to come to your aid. You see that brother who's part of John G. Jones Grand Lodge of California, and that brother's a part of Modern Free Grand Lodge of California, but because you know each other, I'm going to get out of my bed and come and see about you, brother. That's true masonry. That's true Eastern Star, because that sister is part of Poppy Grand Lodge of California. I mean, Poppy Grand Chapter of California, working up under the most wishful Tyree Grand Lodge. That sister part of Golden Gate Grand Lodge, which is part of PHA Grand Lodge of California. But because those sisters know each other, and she calls her up and said, look, sister, I'm having some issues here. Can you come see about me? Yes, I'm on my way. That is it. You people are missing the directive of the teachings of the organization. You are missing the total essence of what it's all about. I take it to heart. I really do. I really take it to heart. I really do. And when I say I take it to heart, for those who know me on various levels in my life, for those who know me, I take it to heart because I enjoy the craft. A lot of you don't take it to heart because you don't enjoy the craft. You like being part of the craft, but you don't enjoy the craft. You like being part of the Order of the Eastern Star, but you don't enjoy the Order of the Eastern Star. You don't. You see, today I had the privilege of reaching out to my lodge, or a sister or a brother lodge, which resides in Northern California. I reached out to them. Sister Natalie, how you doing? I appreciate you. She's I think she's the current wishful master of Union Grand Lodge, or Union Washington Lodge up in Northern California. You know, a lot of people feel a certain way about female Freemasons, and that's your prerogative. I don't, that's none of my business. None at all. But you're not going to find an Eastern Star outside of the United States. Plain and simple. So in this journey, which I am on, I have totally grown. And when I say grown, because of my travels and because of what I've seen, because of what I've read and the influence that has had upon me in this journey, my mindset in Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star is differently than those who have not been across the world. It is different. It's totally different. It is different because those who have actually traveled see things differently than those who have just been in their own state, in their own conference of Grand Lodges. That's all you've ever done. So your mindset has not yet transferred. See, you can't wish a brother in another jurisdiction who has lost his life. You can't talk to his family. You can't relate to him because of your mindset. You can't. See, a Prince Hall brother, PHA, can't relate to a brother in PHO because of his mindset. A brother who's PHO can't relate to a brother of PHA because of his mindset. Your mind hadn't been yet developed enough to understand the true essence of Freemason. So you on some bullshit. So a brother who's modern, free, international, you can't relate because you're looking at the structure. Look at my structure. Look at my structure. Look at what I've done. You can't relate to the essence of Freemasonry. A brother who's John G. Jones, Grand Lodge of California, can't relate to another brother because of your mindset. You need to change that and understand what you are, what you're a part of in order to get all you can out of it. But because of your attitude, because of those who you hang around, because of those who you listen to and have poisoned you so much until you can't even enjoy the organization. Oh, I'm mainstream. Oh, we mainstream. We got all the money. We have the nice buildings. We mainstream. Because you are mainstream, you can't relate to a brother who's Prince Hall, modern, free, international. You can't do it because your mindset is so troubling and that you haven't learned the teachings of Freemasonry. You didn't learn those teachings. You don't understand those principles because if you understood the teachings and the principles, it wouldn't matter if that man was international, PHO, or PHA, or John G. Jones because you're looking at the principles. What is that brother's moral character like? What is that sister's character like? What is their moral attributes like? What is it? But because you don't know, and you don't talk to them, and because of some bullshit that somebody else has told you, you've read, and you just tend to want to sap all that in, you don't know. You miss all of that. You do. See, if the brother don't text me this morning, and I can't even think of his name, and I want to tell him thank you. If he don't text me this morning and tell me about brother Jamaal Goode, and say that this brother admired you and he passed away. If he don't text, I know nothing about him. I know nothing. But because this brother sent me a whole list and said, this is who he is. Now I know. I know who he is. I've never met him a day in my life. I never called him on the phone. I never talked to him. I never texted him, emailed or any. But now I know who he is. And because I know who he is, I decided to say, you know what? I gotta express myself in regards to this person, Brother Goody, who loved Freemasonry. He enjoyed the craft from what I've read on his Facebook page and from what was sent to me. This brother enjoyed the craft. He did. I mean, he enjoyed everything about it. From what I read, this brother sent me he sent me damn near a whole page about Brother Goody. And I'm like, oh, this brother enjoyed the craft. And many of you enjoy the craft. Many of you enjoy the Order of the Eastern Star. But you're surrounded with brothers and sisters who put their paws in you and tear you apart until you can't enjoy it. You're around people who don't give you the opportunity to enjoy the craft because they're on some other stuff. So you don't get that opportunity. You miss out on that opportunity of meeting someone else who may have been able to assist you along the way. See, there are people out here that are a part of this organization that can really assist you in this life. But because of your organization and because of your mindset, you don't get the opportunity to meet them. You don't get the opportunity to enjoy them. You don't get that opportunity to say, hey, that was a great meeting, or it was great meeting you, or anything. I want that all. I want all of that. I want all of that. I want to be able to say, I met this brother. He was from International. I met this brother. He was from Modern Free. I met this brother. He was from PHO. I met this brother. He was from Mainstream. I met this brother. He was from... I want to be able to say that. I don't have to visit your lodge to say that. I want to be able to say I had lunch, I had breakfast, I had dinner. I've been to his home. I met his family. I want to be able to say that. I don't just want to be able to say, well, I sit in large meeting with them. No, large meeting is cool. We do the same shit. I want to be able to say, I sat at this brother's table. I ate the cooking of his wife. His wife fixed dinner for he and I. I want to be able to say that. I want to be able to say this sister called me up and I was able to assist and aid her. Oh, she was modern free. Oh, she was international. Oh, she was PHA. She was PH. I want to be able to say that because let me tell you, when I went to the conference just last month in July, well, this is October. Was it June or July? Well, I went to the conference in Cleveland. PHO, under the leadership of the National Grand Master Tyrone McGee. And when I needed to go to the airport, the sisters from that organization and her husband or whoever took me to the airport, right? They took me to the airport and they dropped me off and my plane was canceled for the next 4 hours. I was like, I don't want to be at the airport for 4 hours. I didn't. I called her up. I said, look, my plane has been canceled. Can you come and pick me up? She didn't say, I think about it. She didn't say, oh, I don't know. She said, give me a few minutes. She came and picked me up and brought me back to the hotel. And I was able to sleep in a bed at the hotel for the next 4 hours because my plane was supposed to leave at 6. She brought me back to the airport. And I was like, thank you. You see, some of you would never experience that because of your mindset and how someone has taught you about somebody else. You won't get it. You won't understand it. I'm gonna share this with you. I was flying to Denver, and the captain of the plane of Delta was a Mason. He didn't ask me my jurisdiction. He seen my jacket that I had on. He came over, sat beside me, and we had one of the best conversations we can have. He said, I'm part of the Grand Lodge of Denver. I said, I'm part of John G. Jones Grand Lodge of California, ancient, free, and accepted Mason. He said, brothers, I'm glad to meet you. You on this flight? I said, yes, I'm on this flight. He said, if you need anything, let me know. If you want to go to first class, let me know. If we got an extra seat, we'll bring you up. See, knowing how Brother Jamaal Goode felt about me, knowing how he viewed masonry, gave me a different perspective. It gave me so when you take that hourglass in Freemasonry, which is one of the emblems of Freemasonry, when you take it and you see the sand symbol, the slipping out of the hourglass, this countryness that I got, this Mississippi is coming out. When you see the sand slipping through the hourglass, you should be at work. You should be at work, my brother. When you see the 5 points of the star and the various colors and what it represents, you should be at work, my sister. You should be at work. So no matter how you shape it and how you see it and how you frame it, in the process of understanding and learning, this is where you should be at. Absolutely. And then what's going to happen, you're going to begin to grow. Here's the uniqueness behind all of that. When you understand these emblems, these 9 emblems, and I'm just going to name a couple of them. When you understand the swift, and some of you are like, the swift, that is when darkness comes and takes your life, you know, the swift. When you understand the hourglass and how the sand seeps to the bottom, when you understand the reef, or may I say the evergreen, meaning that your life is a continuous journey, even when you're not here, it's a continuous journey. When you understand that, when you begin to understand the trial, the spreads, the cement of brotherly love, when you begin to understand how you're able to be plumb and leveled, when you're able to put all that together and be able to break it down and build this house up in such a way that when others come around you, they're like, hey, brother, I really enjoyed you. Sister, I really enjoyed you. That's all I'm saying. I mean, really. When I think about this young man who looked at me as a mentor, that's how I feel. I want to be the example. I'm not saying I'm a perfect example. I just want to be the example. I want to say, hey, bro, enjoy and get everything you can out of Freemasonry in the Order of the Eastern Star. Get it all. I want to say to the sisters, although they may say this and that about you, continue your journey. Continue your journey. Love it. Enjoy it. To those who go to Bruh Fest, hey, enjoy that fellowship. I know your Grand Lodge said you shouldn't go to Bruh Fest. I know you, look, I've heard and I've seen declarations saying that if anybody go to Bruh Fest, they'll be suspended, blah, blah, blah. Go to Bruh Fest. Enjoy your brothers. Enjoy your sisters. Have a good time. Why do we put such stipulations on enjoying each other? Why do we do that? I'm trying to figure that. I'm a past Grand Master. I served in that seat for 4 years. Well, actually 5 years. I sat out for a whole year. But I sit in that seat as head of this particular jurisdiction for 4 years. And I've yet to understand that. My past Grand Master was a brother who was initiated, passed, and raised in Prince Hall. He wasn't expelled or suspended. He just simply demitted and moved his membership. Plain and simple. The same thing goes for my past junior warden. So we can get into this debate about everything else, but you are missing out on the essence of Freemasonry. I'm going to tell you a story real quick. And I got, man, my head is plenty of. But brother Michael White, he comes on here. Mike cracks me up. I've never met him. Never. I've only talked to him on the phone. He sent me tons of information regarding Freemasonry. Tons. I mean, Brother Tony, what's your address? Such and such. I'm sending you something. I need you to go get me a cap. I'm like, brother, no, go get me a cap. I get you a cap. See, a lot of us who are actively participating as a Mason, you're missing it. And there are brothers who are not actively paying membership dues who gets it. You'll catch that on the way home. I'm going to say it one more time. For those of you who are actively paying membership dues to your Grand Lodge, you're missing. You don't even get it. But for those who have said, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to take a step back. And they are not actively participating in Freemasonry. They get it. They totally get it. I have met brothers who have come from the military who totally, when they get here, they're like, no, I'm not joining a lodge. I'm good. I'm like, brother, no, Brother Tony, I'm not going to join a lodge. I'm going to pay my membership dues to my Grand Lodge. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to nobody's meeting. But if you got a function going on, I will participate in your function. I've seen that. So all I'm saying this evening, in a nutshell, really, is to enjoy Masonry, because you don't know when the last drop of sand is going to drop. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know when the sand is going to seep through the hourglass and it's done. And what have you left? Do people say that brother tried to unite people? Do people say, bro, I really enjoyed him. I was at the last meeting. What are they going to say about you when the last sand, when the last grain seeps through the hourglass? What are they going to say? I'm looking at it from that point of view. you know. So look, if you want to call in, look, I know it's late. I'm sorry. Look, I know it's late and I get it. But if you want to call me tonight, right now, and have this conversation, you are welcome to do so. That number is 619-286-0642. If you want to have that conversation, certainly you can give me a call. I'm going to be here for a few minutes because I'm grateful and I'm thankful to Brother Goody, Jamaal Goode. I'm grateful and thankful for this brother. I didn't meet him. I never talked to him, but I'm grateful for him because of the life that he led, the life that he lived, the people that enjoyed his presence, those who loved on him. This is dedicated to him and to all the brothers of the craft and the sisters of the order who's no longer with us this day. There was a lot of brothers and sisters who just ain't here today. They was here yesterday. Maybe they was in the hospital. They didn't make it home, but they gone now. So this is dedicated to them in the presence of those who love them most, really and sincerely. There's a lot of us who would do more for a brother or a sister of the craft than we would do for our own family because of the essence and love that we have. And we understand that this brother has been there. I didn't call my family when I was about to lose my home. I called my lodge brother and he said, I got you. See, I didn't call my family when my son was in the hospital. My lodge brother showed up and he said, we got you. See, I didn't call that sister or that brother when I was, but they said they got me. I'm just saying. See, you know that brother that was from Modern Free and I was hungry, but he's from Modern Free. He said that he has a food pantry. And I called him up and I said, look, brother. He said, no, come on and get whatever you want out of his food pantry. And I did that. See, yeah, you're going to catch that on the way home. You're going to catch that on the way home because you hadn't gotten there yet. You hadn't gotten there yet. And I would debate anybody on that. Anyone. You can go get your best person. You can go get your Grand Lodge lecture. You can go get your best person. And I would debate them on that. You see, because there's a brother I know by the name of Brother Calvin Beaumont. He's a part of the ancient accepted Scottish Rite Freemason. Former member of Prince Hall. We talked often. And I had the honor and privilege of meeting him about a month ago. I needed a room to sleep. He said, bro, look, you got a bed right here. He said, they ain't gonna be ready for your room for a minute. Bring your clothes up here, bring your suitcase up here, and here you go. Man, some of you will never experience that, but you call yourselves a Mason. You'll never get that experience. You never understand what it's like to go to someone else who's not in your jurisdiction and they really, really go all out the way to see that whatever you need, you get. You would never have that damn experience because your ass is so closed-minded, so messed up in the head. You'll never get it. And that's sad. But you call yourself, I'm a Mason. I'm an Eastern Star. Nah, you're not a Mason or Eastern Star. You'll want to be. No, you never get it. You never get it. I'm telling you. Have you tried the system? I mean, literally, legitimately speaking, have you tried the system of Freemasonry? I know a lot of you have. I know a lot of people I've talked to have tried the system of Freemasonry. See, those of you who have never tried the system, you won't understand it. You won't get it. You have to be initiated, passed, and raised. You have to have gone through the labyrinth. You have to understand and be able to answer the questions. You have to be able to have been found worthy and well qualified. See, you don't understand the system. Masonry is a system. It is truly a society. I know a lot of you like say it's a frat. It's a fraternity. But it is truly a system. Masonry in the Order of the Eastern Star in the United States is a system. It's a system. And a lot of you won't understand the system because of your ignorance. You won't get it. You won't. You see, I had a sister. Her name, I call her Sister Walker. And not the Sister Walker that live in Los Angeles. Not you, Sister Walker. Not you, but my other Sister Walker, right? So Sister Walker had a son. And she has a son. Not had, but she has a son. In this particular instance, her son had got caught up in some issues, right? And she needed to go and speak to the judge in regards to her son. And when on her way up to speak to the judge, the guard was like, "You can't go, ma'am. This is the farthest you're able to go." And then a few words here and there, he said, "Okay." And he asked the judge, "Could she come forth?" And the judge said, "Yes." See, there's a system in play, and a lot of you don't even understand the system. I want to say other words, but you don't get it. You'll never get it. You will never understand it. I seen a sister the other day tell me, "I'm looking for some sisters and such." And then somebody going to say, "Well, go to this page and you will see who are all the legitimate sisters." Nah, you won't see who's all the legitimate sisters. Because even those who you call legitimate sisters will fail you. They will let you down. Your broader base should be bigger than where you're at. If you tell me that you are part of a worldwide organization, system, and you can't navigate the system, there's a problem. I'm going to say that again. If you tell me I'm a part of the Freemason, which is a worldwide organization system, but you can't navigate it, you can't travel within the system, there's a problem. There's a problem. Plain and simple. There's a problem. And a lot of you have missed it because you've allowed your ego to get in the way. You've allowed those things that they're supposed to enhance you get in the way. Hey, what's going on, T. Jenkins? What's going on? John Reed, what's happening with you? Greetings, everybody who's just tapped in. I appreciate you. I didn't see all of that. Past and present, what's happening with you? Raul, what's going on? AJ, what's happening with you? Greetings, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up with what was in the text. It wasn't even moving. It says, "Peace, man. Finally caught you live." Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to be on here for about another 15 minutes. Like I said, this particular topic is about the hourglass, one of the emblems of a Freemason. The hourglass is supposed to teach us that we don't have a long time to be around. So we might as well take that time that we have to improve upon the life of not of just our lives, but other lives that are around us. It teaches us that we should be able to take and spread the cement of love to make sure that our stone is level and squared and plumb. And that we should take the knife that is given to you as you proceed up and the key that is handed to you to garnish and to open doors and protect ourselves. It should teach you that once you are handed a sword as an emblem of your degree work, as a sublime degree of the 32nd, you should be able to take that sword and defend those who have righteousness and justice. That's why you get the sword as a sublime degree. 32nd. That's why you get the sword. I don't know if anybody's told you that, but that's why you get it. It's to defend righteousness. I don't know. I mean, that's what's being taught where I'm at. That's how we do it here. That's the lessons that we teach when you get to become a 32nd. That's what we teach. Here's your sword or sword. Your defenses and the rights of those who pursue justice. That's who you defend. You defend the righteous on their journey. I'm just saying. You know, what do they tell you when you become a Knights of Templar? Here's your sword. What do you do with this sword as a Knights of Templar? You protect your brothers. Who are my brothers? Those who travel the Arabian path. Oh, really? Now we're going somewhere totally different. I'm just saying. This is the beauty of understanding why you go York right, why you go Scottish right. Why are those emblems handed to you that you're supposed to learn and apply to your life? It ain't even complicated. And I heard a good friend of mine, a dear brother of mine, Raymond Elworth, he was going off one day and he was talking about how fake a lot of brothers are, how fake a lot of sisters are. And it's true. He's absolutely 100% true. Whether you agree or disagree with him, you know, I mean, I have, and he and I have had our exchange. Brother Hawkins has he told me. And I was like, okay, that's cool. All right, I get it. But that doesn't change my stance if I believe it. But if he has some information to share with me that's going to enhance me, yeah, I'll change my mindset. Yeah. Brother, you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. But we don't do that. Oh, man, we do some foul stuff with that. You know? Message deleted. Oh, Brother Larry Diamond, welcome aboard. I appreciate you tuning in and coming in and make sure everything was squared away. I appreciate that. Oh, to my brother Larry Diamond, I think you asked me when we was going to do the raising in the desert. We're not doing a raising in the desert next year. We're actually doing the Shriner's degree work in the desert next year. We have nobles that will be walking the sands in the desert next year in May. The month is going to be May. I don't know the exact date, but 2025, we're going to be doing the creation of the ancient Arabic order. Nobles of the Mystery Shrine will be in the deserts next year. So if you are a noble and you want to come out and watch it, you're certainly welcome to do so. You can do that. Absolutely. And enjoy in the festivities. Oh, you want everybody to be respective. Okay. Yeah. I didn't see the comments, so I couldn't tell you if they were or were not. I couldn't tell you. Absolutely. But I see you've been hitting them up. I see that. Oh, summertime. Summertime said, brother, you are a solid definition of a man, brother Tony, and you have been inspiration in my life. Brother Summertime, and I call you brother. You have me cracking up sometimes, and I know you personally, you know, and I can say that in your life journey, you've told me about your life journey. Man, continue to do what you do because we inspire each other. We do. We inspire each other. Plain and simple. I can agree to disagree, but you and I, we inspire each other. And it's been a pleasure knowing you. It has really been a pleasure knowing you. And I'm grateful that I have been able to assist or aid you. It's been an honor. Let me tell you, it's been an honor. See, a lot of people don't see honor in being able to assist and aid other people. A lot of people don't see honor in that. I see honor in that. If I have it and you need it, and it's not going to bother me to give it to you or to assist you, shit, let's get it done. Let's get it done, brother. Let's do it. Let's do it, sister. That's me. That's the life I want to live. That's how I want to do it. That's how I want to treat any brother or sister. That's how I want to do it. See, it's not about your membership. And I noticed that about Brother Jamal in his page. It wasn't about your membership. It was about, are you true to what you claim to be? Is it true? Is it true what they say about you as a Mason? Are you really about that life? I've heard people ask me, you ain't about that life. No, I'm not about that life, but I'm about this life. There's a difference. Surely a difference. Truly it is. So look, I've been on here a little while, and if the family of Brother Jamaal Goode, to the family, my heart goes out to you. I wish you well. I know that this is not easy. It's not. It's not easy. To the Grand Lodge, King Solomon Grand Lodge out of Texas. Texas. It ain't easy. Not losing somebody like him. And I'm not saying that all the brothers love them. I'm saying from what I know of him, it's not easy losing someone who was dedicated as he was. From what I've read about him. Some people may know something else. Some people may say, man, he wasn't about this. He wasn't. That's on you. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying from what I've read about him, the information that was passed to me, and from what I know of him now, he was all in. Brother Jamaal Goode was all in. Period. It didn't matter. And my hat goes off to him. It really does. I appreciate him. I appreciate the brother that reached out to me to tell me about the things that was happening. I'm asking him if he, whenever he watches this video, please put your information in here. Would you do that for me? You text me out of the blue and told me about him. Please put your information in here. I would certainly appreciate it. And to those who have supported the Souvenir Journal for the Supreme Council, I want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting the Supreme Council Journal. If you want more information on that, please put it in the box. Let me know. I'll hit you back. I'll send you information. If you want your picture or if you want to take out a page in our Souvenir Journal, you're certainly welcome to do so. I don't care if you're Modern Free International, PHO, PHA. It doesn't matter. If you want to take an ad out in our Souvenir Journal and you're not even a Mason or Eastern Star, please do. Reach out to me. Hit me up. My number is 619-985-1184. That is my true number. You can also hit me up through the email, which is jgjafam@yahoo.com. Hit me up there. Brother Diamond, if you're still on, please put my email and my phone number in there. And if you want to put a page in our Souvenir Journal, you're certainly welcome to do so. I'll work with you, because it ain't no thing to me. Just hit me up and say, I'd like to do it. And we'll make it happen for you. I certainly will do that. I certainly will. No doubt about it. Looking forward to it. And my brother, thank you, Brother Diamond. And please do put my email in there, JGJAFAM, Brother Diamond. And if you want to take out an ad in the Souvenir Journal, you're certainly welcome to do so. We certainly will appreciate it. And we'll give you a Souvenir Journal along with that and in regards to your contribution. Certainly. Thank you. Absolutely. And this is what it's all about. So until next time, peace and be well. May God bless you and keep you as he have kept me. And remember this, continue the journey. I'm out.